Welcome to the wonder that is the Atlantis venue. It doesn't get any more unique than this. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Tyson Fury. And here comes the Eastern Assassin, Larry Holmes, perhaps one of the most underrated and underappreciated heavyweight champions of all time. He's got plenty of power and one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Eastern Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
The wait is over. The speaking stopped. The fight begins. Now, let's get the answers.
Thousands of fans. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Miss with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Can't score with that jab. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
Did you see the nerves on the fighter stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look at the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. That jab doesn't find a home. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominant.
And there's the bell to start round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Jab slightly off target. Beautiful counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Defense is not an option for these two. Good counter punching. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. We've left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
He scores with a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. And there's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throw a shot, they get countered. You'd like to see more jabs. The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The winner of this... Whoa, wait a minute! Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. And the heavyweight legend goes to the canvas. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you okay?
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Holmes and the... On to the fourth we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Misses with the straight left. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. The straight right just misses. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. It's bombs away. He misses with that straight left. That jab doesn't quite connect. Nice. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow.
And there's the bell for round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
That counter shot lands. Well done with that counter shot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Well, the Eastern Assassin in some trouble here. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Good counter punch. Only catching air with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about fury in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
And win the round, right? It's only one round that you've lost.
Good work. Don't forget the jab.
There's the bell for round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
You saw it here live, a knockout win. Congratulations.
A knockout victory. That is, Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout, that's an assassination. What a shot.
Lord General's back in the building. Trust. Tell her man ease up. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater, that's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher, true man I leading, call me a leader. Pull up on a set, I might let man know what time that this is. If man move wicked, make man swim with the sharks and fishes. Respect my wishes, got bare creps and I step like kisses. And my fit stay clean like dishes, that's why gal wanna give man kisses. Gal wanna give man hugs, I don't drink and I don't do drugs. I used to wear my heart on a sleeve, that's why nowadays man I don't do love. Fake love might get a man killed, fake love might get a man drilled. I had to tell them let a man heal, tell a man ease up.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was gonna miss this.
Time for the Gypsy King himself. Here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab.
It'll be ding-ding from first off, they're off.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is the fight of pride. This is two warriors that want to get in there and beat the hell out of each other. This is that fight.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. They're both trying for a knockout. Do you believe what we're seeing? Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Miss with that jab. A left hook. Right hook just missed. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who. There's the bell for round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Carter, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
He threw a punch and just got countered. We wanted action, and they are delivering. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Can't find a home for that jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This is a high-octane battle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Get your mind back. Get your focus.
There's the bell to start round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. He misses with that straight left. One punch could change everything in this battle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You let him back into the fight.
There's the bell for round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
About 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. His jab just got blocked. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Jab does not score. Just missed with that hook. A perfect counter lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talking about fury in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. Missing with the hook. They got out of the way of that right hook. Tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about fury in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the...
Come on.
Let's start the 6th. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
They blocked the left there. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are down goes Fury. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. 2 knockdowns in the last round.
Get your mind back.
And there's the bell for round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place.
And down goes Fury! When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your ball.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again?
Down goes Fury! I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you continue.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
We're at the halfway point, and there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Only catching air with that hook. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about fury in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
To make mistakes and you're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
And there's the bell for round 8. And there's the bell to start the round. That time counter shot. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Catch him! He caught it clean! Clean as a whistle! So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace. To get a unanimous decision, that is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.